Hey guys, it's Bina, and in today's video, I want to go over a sort of like a proof of concept build that I'm planning on making for hardcore. I wanted to make, I've already made a Swarm Blade Giga Movement Speed Stacker in the past. Now that we have new tools, new idols for chance to get haste when you move into a transform and stuff like that. For movement speed on your idols. This is an offline character, obviously. This is like not online, so it's not real gear. It's not something I farmed, but it is a little bit similar to what I would do. All of these items, like this is a really quick iteration just to see how the build would feel. It's going to be stacking a lot of movement speed. We're gonna try to be like over 200 movement speed at all times. Well, at all times while mapping. So this should feel pretty good. It's gonna have a lot of armor because I'm gonna be using Hazelroot, which is an item that I haven't used in like basically forever. I've tried to make something good with Hazelroot, but now that I'm playing hardcore, it actually kind of makes sense to go with a physical Swarm Blade form, Gathering Storm, Giga Move Speed Stacker. You know, especially since with now with the Weaver tree, you have like the Weaver tree and the Weaver idols. We have not the idols, but the Weaver echoes, the Woven echoes. You have a lot of potential to develop strategies for farming very quickly echoes with certain nodes, right? Certain nodes such as this one. When you receive an echo reward, you have a chance to drop pile vitamin here. There's some other ones, but I'm gonna go over my current iteration that I think I'll do. There might be some changes to this in the near future, but after my Crow character, this is gonna be what I'm gonna be planning on doing. I'm gonna be planning on going with Hazelroot. So we're gonna have actually 36% chance to cast a Thorn Shield on yourself when you directly use a physical skill. And so I will not go into Serpent Strike with Swarm Blade form because I will I won't spec Serpent Strike, because usually when you go for Serpent Strike, you go for something like this, right? You go for the cold node. So because you transfer the cold to have the dodge rating, I'm not gonna be using that. I'm just gonna stay as physical, and that is gonna allow me to stack a lot of armor. I just noticed here that I don't have 5 points into the Shine passive, but I'm gonna change this, right? I'm just gonna add points here and remove some from somewhere else. But this is like my proof of concept that you can be stacking a lot of movement speed with Shard of the Shattered Lance. Dayside gives you 20% more damage when you kill a rarer boss, and also 20% more movement speed. So it is a more multiplier of movement speed alongside Swiftness, which gives us 20%. Arboreal Circuit for an 18%, the Ward Trail 10%, Pale Ox 10%. We're going to be just stacking a lot. Razor Fall, which are some of the best movement speed boots you can get, with increased effective haste. You can slam tier 7 movement speed and increased effective haste on this. Technically, I think the actual best movement speed combo is the Snow Blind, which you are immune to blind and chill, alongside the use of the low life boots, but that is kind of trolling if I do this, especially in hardcore. Last Steps of the Living, they give you a lot of movement speed, but they chill you every 3 seconds. So with the Snowblind Helm, you cannot be chilled, so you don't get this reduction to movement speed by being chilled, and so you can slam tier 7 movement speed and increased effective haste on here as well. So we're always gonna have haste with Maelstrom. So we're always going to proc Maelstrom with diving on Swarmblade form. So this is sort of like a typical Swarmblade form, but going for the physical conversion node. Yeah, and then getting Armor Shred for free. We're gonna get our Frailty from our idols. It's gonna be getting some good idols here. The bees here, maybe just for Mantle of Pale Ox, just to guarantee getting it at all times. But I could also just spam some minions with Summon Hive as well, but that requires you to like stop moving and summon it. So maybe I'll just keep that like this. Vessel of Strife as well. I am going for a Vessel setup. I'm not sure if I will go for this, but since in hardcore, going hybrid this patch makes a lot of sense. I think this is going to be a very good, like, 300 corruption speed farmer for my hardcore characters. Just to, like spam roll idols or something like that, right? Something that requires you to go very, very fast from point A to point B. Sort of like an auto bomber as well, a little bit with Rule of the Simoon, which they buffed this patch. So 2 things that they buffed this patch for this build is that they buffed Rule of the Simoon to proc 2 times for 3 seconds instead of only once. And they buffed the Hazel Root to go up to 36% chance to cast Thorn Shields on yourself. So that what Thorn Shield is going to do, we're going to spec Spriggan form instead of Serpent Strike. And then we're going to go for all the nodes that increase the Thorn Shield's duration and give you 100 armor and 15 increased armor per stack of this. So, and they have the recast chance as well. So when they expire, they have a chance to cast again. That is going to give us an insane amount of armor just when we spam, just when we use our melee attacks, basically. So with this, in combination with this helmet here, Decayed Skull is going to give us damage mitigation applies to, damage mitigation from armor applies to damage over time. And I'm going to slam tier 7 on the Rule of the Simoon as well. So we're going to have a lot of armor, lots of mitigation against hits, lots of mitigation against damage over time. Also, void and necrotic damage taken as fizz. So because we have a lot of armor, we're going to mitigate a lot of void and necrotic damage. I think it's going to be a very, very tanky, speed farmer for hardcore. Anyways, that is like my proof of concept here. I will not link this yet because I still want to work on it. But stop by my Twitch channel. Look forward to the future YouTube videos about this build. I think I want to reach. I would have loved to reach 300% movement speed, but I think it's a bit unrealistic for hardcore. So I'm just gonna go for like over 200% and hopefully 250, and we'll see what we do with this. So that is it for today, guys. Proof of concept, speedy Swarm Blade. We'll see where this goes. So see you guys in the next one.